Well, this is the first time I've started an online assembly. I hope you are really going to enjoy it. The year leaders have had such great fun recording this assembly for you, and it's something that we're going to do regularly because we really are missing you, and it's important we keep in contact. So many of you have engaged with that online learning and done so well. I've looked at some of the work that you've been uploading onto Show My Homework, and the effort that you're putting in is absolutely fantastic. So once we are all back together in the academy, it's really going to be good to really spur that learning on. So thank you for all your efforts. It's absolutely brilliant, and the teachers are so pleased. With regards to building, the new building is going to be ready for September, so that's really good. And when you have your English lessons, that's where the English lessons are going to be, is in the new build, as well as your Spanish and French lessons. So you will see that new build, and it looks absolutely fantastic, so that's really, really good. And I hope you're all keeping well and safe, and that you're following all the guidelines from the government, which we all are, with the safe distance, and also keeping alert, all those phrases. And I've seen so many of you engaging with those activities where we've been clapping for the NHS and all the key workers. And keep engaging with those activities, because it's great to see, because it isn't just about the learning, it's about all being one as the Belfairs team, because we really do miss you. But anyway, enough from me. Enjoy the assemblies.
Hi everyone, what a strange situation we all find ourselves in. None of us would have imagined earlier on in the year that this week of all weeks, where we should be sitting and starting our GCSE examinations, that I would be talking to you online with everybody locked away in their own homes because of a global pandemic. And it reminds us how we should never underestimate life's capacity to surprise us. But what I want to talk about with our assembly today is a little bit about what we've been doing as a community, celebrating what some of you people have so proudly been contributing to that, and then to think about how we can perhaps use this experience as a learning journey for us, which is obviously the name of the game for us all. I just want to pause for a moment, because it's very, very important that we understand the continuing contribution that our national heroes are making to all of our lives. It's International Nurses Week this week, so I know that lots of us have been out on our streets on a Thursday evening banging pots and pans and applauding all of the wonderful key workers that are doing so much for us. But it's even more important perhaps to recognise that this week. And actually, we've been speaking at the Academy about the contribution that 30 ex-students of Belfairs are actually currently making. All of them moving on from Belfairs with their qualifications in health and social care, going into working on the front line. And I know from my conversations with many of you that you're also interested in entering that particular profession. And what a time to be part of something like that. So we'll continue to applaud our national heroes, but I also want to talk to you about our community heroes, our people a little bit closer to home. These people, members of our actual academy community, our Year 13 textile students, didn't just sit at home, put on Netflix and say, hey, we've got a few weeks now to do nothing. They asked, what can we do to help the community at this time of a national crisis? And Mrs O'Neill and the textile students in Year 13 worked tirelessly to produce some PPE equipment for local hospices and the local hospital to help in that effort. And I think we should all be so proud of the efforts of our students here. I know that many of you have also been undertaking various activities that have helped neighbours, that have helped other people in the community to cope with the crisis. And in each way, it's so valuable and important and says so much about the people you are. So, I think it's also important to think about what else we could be doing to contribute. And it can be the more simple things that we don't perhaps think about. It's, are we that person in the household that is always positive? It's a very difficult time for lots of us. Lots of our parents are going to be very, very concerned about things. Are you at home making that positive contribution to the atmosphere in the house, which is I've included this little picture here? Are you helping out with mowing the lawn? Are you taking deliveries to various people in your extended families that perhaps need people to get a bit of shopping for them? Are you cooking? Are you making any contribution to the things that ordinarily would run in the household? And really importantly, I'm going to come on to this again at the end, are you keeping in contact with one another? Yes, we're all separate at the moment. Yes, we're all listening to this assembly in our separate bedrooms, houses and whatever. But we're still year 11. We're still part of the wider Belfairs community, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of each other. So, just a reminder, if you're confused about what could I be doing during this time, and I really, really can't stress this enough, you are going to be competing with Year 11 students from other schools locally and nationally who are also in the same situation that you're in. And when you go on for your interviews for colleges, post-16 centres, even universities, these people will be asking you, what did you do during the 8-week lockdown of 2020? And I want you to think about how you're going to answer that question. Are you going to sort of stumble about, oh, I watched a bit of TV, played on the Xbox or whatever? Or are you going to be able to say, whether it's an academic endeavour, and we'll come on to that in a moment, whether you were actually active in the community, whether you actually could say you did something valuable with your time that showed something about your character, your commitment to your aspirations, your respect for your local community and your family, aspiring for excellence, trying to improve at something, trying to get better at something. It reveals an awful lot about our character if we're able to do that. Self-belief is very, very important because, of course, it's a deeply worrying time for us all. And are you able to say, well, I was particularly resilient at this period because I had to be. And, of course, strength as well. I just want to celebrate, and I know that lots of you, and honestly we'll come on to some more names in a moment, lots of you have been doing exactly that. You have said, I don't want to just sit around and watch TV. I actually want to be productive and to show my aspirations. And I just want to highlight here the brilliant work of the Open University. We've put lots and lots of courses online for you to engage with that will allow you to get certificates to take to interviews at colleges and universities to show that what you did with your time was productive. Emily King here, 10-hour course approaching poetry. Freddie Coombs has marked up 3 certificates from the Open University. He's able to go into any interview and demonstrate what he did with his time during this period. And honestly, when we think about how we're going to be competing with others from all sorts of educational settings, these people will be able to reveal not only academic strength, but personal resilience and aspiration and excellence, and I congratulate them. I know that more of you have been doing this than just Freddie and Emily. Romany, I know. Olivia Berry, I know. And I know lots of you. So I would heartily congratulate you on your endeavours here. So moving on to our spotlights, I want to make a particular shout out for Daisy, who has launched her own online sort of exercise lessons and classes to encourage people in her own community to stay fit and healthy. So well done, Daisy. It's really, really, again, showing an awful lot about what you can bring to a community or a setting. So well done. Lots of people showing that they're continuing to use this time productively, continuing to show their commitment to our academy values. So I congratulate all of these people for that. I want to make a special mention of Sunny. Lots of you will know that Sunny has been in Great Ormond Street Hospital since last year, recovering from a very, very serious illness. Mrs. Gates passed this on to me earlier in the week with the fabulous news that Sonny is hoping to come home within the next few weeks, and I know that lots of you will want to get in touch with him, text him, FaceTime him to see how he is and to offer your best wishes. So I encourage you to do that. But I wanted to share that really, really fabulous news with us as a year group. So that's excellent. Right, so just some further information for you. You'll be aware from the assemblies that we had before lockdown that Belfair's sixth form is a leading sixth form locally. We are leading the field in terms of progress for our students. This is demonstrated because even during this period, because again, we as your teachers are not just sitting back saying, well, the kids aren't in school, let's just hang around. We're actively thinking about what we can do to get you ready for Year 12. Year 12. That's effectively who you are now. So all of these subjects have actually uploaded transition work for you onto Show My Homework. And again, I know that lots of you are making the use of those opportunities, but I'd just like to appeal to perhaps more of you, please, to log on to Show My Homework and look at the transition work that's been put on there for you. Because ultimately, when you begin your courses in Year 12, it is a big jump from GCSE and you need to be ready. So again, this is an absolute opportunity for you to make use of this time productively. GCSE Results Day. If you aren't already aware and you haven't been following this on the news, there was some talk of GCSE Results Day being moved forward into perhaps even the end of July. That's not happening anymore. The government have declared that Results Day will remain as it is on Thursday the 20th of August. Now, what I will say to you is it is unclear at the moment how Results Day will run in terms of whether we can actually run it in the normal way, which is having everybody arrive to the academy to receive their results collectively. Obviously, if social distancing is still required for public events, we will be following that guidance. But we will let everybody know way in advance how that will run. So just kind of watch this space for us. But ultimately, you will be receiving your GCSE results on Thursday, the 20th of August. So, just some final thoughts then. As I've said, contact each other. You're still part of each other's lives. You're still part of the community here. You're still in Year 11 together. FaceTime each other. Talk to each other, support each other, even though we're in separate buildings and rooms and so on. It's important that we maintain that connection that we all have. You're going to be talking to your children, your grandchildren about this in the future, and you'll be able to kind of share the memory with lots of people in your year group. So it's really important that you make the most of that. It's a historic moment for us all, and it's important that you will be able to say in the future how you responded, what you did with your time. And you're really not going to want to say, don't really remember, just watched a lot of TV. Okay? So let's really think about some of the things that we've mentioned in our assembly today and see what else we can do to make sure that we can stand in front of someone and say, when this happened, I stepped up. So, a final thought. We're collecting in work from lots of year groups, and one particular student put something on their little project that I really wanted to reflect on myself, because of course this is a historic time, and we should be thinking about what we're doing to make things better for us. But she put a simple quotation that I just wanted to share with you all. We didn't realise that we were making memories. We were just having fun. And I think it's really important also that you spend this time having fun where you can, with your families, with people, your friends online, because you are going to be thinking about this time for the rest of your life. So, from me, stay safe, stay at home, not wandering around, staying at home, and stay focused.